Good morning, students. Today, the topic that we're going to discuss is not based on a particular discipline or to a particular age limit. The topic is mastering the podium, effective speech preparation and delivery. So, effectively preparing a speech and delivering it neatly in front of an audience is an essential tip that every one of you should know and possess. So, today we'll see the tips and how to improve the effectively delivering a speech and everything. The power of voice, why public speaking matters. So first of all, what do you all think about the public speaking? It is not just talking in front of public. So public speaking, it holds some value. When you speak publicly, you should reflect confidence in your voice. So only then people will listen to what you're saying, and only then people will understand that you're saying something. When you show that you're not confident in front of people, they'll automatically start judging you. The prejudice is very real. So you should be very confident when you're talking, when you're addressing an audience. So influence decisions. Your words can sway opinions and guide choices. Public speaking is a crucial skill for leadership. Engage, build connections. Engage with your audience on a deeper level. Foster rapport and trust through effective communication. Influence decision. For example, if you're talking about something, you're not only talking about your views on that matter, you're also influencing your audience to think the same thing that you are thinking. So public speaking, it also has this persuasion skill there. So whenever you tell something to your audience, you're influencing them to believe the same thing as you. Build connections. Engage with your audience on a deeper level. Foster rapport and trust through effective communication. So first, in order to make your audience believe that you are talking something essential, in order to make them follow your steps, you have to build this rapport with your audience first. Share knowledge, disseminate information and inspire learning. Public speaking enables widespread education and insight. You're not just sharing the points that you have written, or you're not just sharing your thoughts. You're actually giving them a knowledge about a thing that they don't know, that they're not aware of until now. So public speaking is an essential art that everyone should possess, and the ones who are doing public speaking should be very aware that you're not just giving an information to the audience, but you're also influencing them, and you're also giving them a knowledge over a particular subject. Laying the foundation, crafting compelling content, audience analysis, understand listener demographics, tailor content to their interest. Before you start your speech preparation, or before you structure your essay or speech for that matter, you have to know your audience first. So knowing an audience is very, very important. For example, you need to know your audience's demographics, psychographics and everything. Only if you're well aware of your audience's age, gender or region for that matter, you can prepare a well-mannered essay or a speech, and you can deliver it neatly in front of your audience. Clear objectives. Define your speech's purpose. Outline key messages for clarity. You need to have a clear objective first. Not just talking in front of audience doesn't mean that you can come and deliver whatever you want without having a particular purpose or something. So you need to have a clear objective for yourself first. You have to define the speech's purpose. Why are you telling this matter to the audience? You need to have a clear purpose. So it should not be related to some ambiguous content or something. You should be very clear in what you're saying. Outline key messages for clarity. So you need to be clarity. You should deliver a point with very clear and concise manner, with no ambiguous words or sentences or phrases. Storytelling elements. Incorporate anecdotes and examples. Make content relatable and memorable. So incorporating anecdotes and examples or some life experience that you have experienced earlier, these things will make your audience interact with you easier. It will connect a rapport with your audience easily. So always try to enact some, or try to add some stories, or try to involve some kind of fun activities with your audience. Beyond the script, the art of thorough rehearsal. Read aloud. First, try reading it for yourself. Practice speaking naturally. So the audience are not some kind of they are not some kind of different people that you should feel indifferent in front of them. They're all audience. They are here to hear you. They are here to listen to what you're saying. So be clear and try to be natural with them. It's not like you should not use some kind of artificial voice, or you should not try to bring another supernatural character there in front of you, so in front of the audience. So just try to be natural in front of the audience, and before you go to the stage, or before you stand on a dais, try practicing it for yourself. Always record yourself and see, or stand in front of a mirror and see, or practice it with your friends. Tell them your speech and then tell them to give your suggestion. Record yourself. Identify areas for improvement. So only if you record yourself and see, or only if you get some suggestions from your friends, you'll know where are the things, what are the things that you need to change, and where are the points that you're lagging, and which area you need to change, which area is very good that you can sustain to the next one, and everything. Seek feedback. Refine delivery with constructive criticism. So seeking feedback is actually an essential tip for you to take your speech public speaking skills to next level. So always try to get constructive criticism from the people that are kind of well wishers for you. They'll tell you which are the field that you're lacking, which are the things that is actually good in your speech, so we can develop your speaking skills. Time your speech. Ensure it fits the allocated slot. If you have a time limit, you have to prepare a speech that fits the time limit. You have to emphasize on the points on the beginning, and then you have to make the speech very interesting in the middle, and then at the conclusion you have to emphasize the points that are important again and again before you conclude your speech. So timing your speech is very important, and also you should know at which time you have to mention the important points, at which time they'll feel bored, that you can interact them and everything. The grand entrance. Commanding attention from the start. Strong opening hook. Start with a question, statistic, or story. Capture immediate audience interest. So strong opening is very important, because people, with the very first impression itself, they'll have idea about you in their mind. So always start with a strong introduction or something to make them laugh or something, but it should be very useful, it should be factual, and it should be an essential tip that you're giving at the beginning itself. You cannot just start it with the comedy. Even if you start it with the comedy, it should be useful for the people. So always have a strong beginning, always give them the positive attitude to the audience at first. Confident demeanor. Maintain eye contact and smile. Project poise and authority. So maintain your eye contact and smile. So I'm not talking about you, I'm not standing there and glaring at your audience. It's just maintaining eye contact shows that you're confident, that you have prepared everything well, that you are very confident in it to share the points that you've prepared, and you are there, that you have a purpose there. Project poise and authority. So only if you're confident, only if you make an eye contact and smile and use proper gestures, audience will think that you're confident and you're there with a purpose. Clear introduction. State your topic and purpose. Set expectations for the presentation ahead. So, clear introduction. You have already prepared your speech or essay in a manner with a beginning, middle, and the end. So when you're introducing your topic, when you're opening, you should start with the grand beginning. It should be very big, that the audience should forget everything in their mind, and they should physically and mentally present there on your audience stage, on your entrance. Beyond the script. We have so from the start we'll discuss now. So the power of voice we've already covered, laying the foundation we have discussed, and beyond the script, the art of thorough rehearsal we have discussed, the grand entrance we have just covered, and now we have connecting with confidence, dynamic delivery techniques, vocal variety. Everyone will have various voice pitch, vocal range, and everything. So you have to fix one pace. We have to fix your vocal pace first. Okay, at this volume I'm going to speak. If it is an emphasized point that you have to give, you can raise your voice, and if it is some matter which is very painful, you can reduce your voice and such. Then body language. Use purposeful gestures. Stand tall and open for a commanding presence. So use purposeful gestures. For example, only if you use some gestures or hand movements or something, or some kind of activity that makes them be physically present there. If they lose their interest there, you can automatically grab their attention and make them sit in that venue with your body language, gestures, and everything. Pauses for impact. Strategic pauses create emphasis. Allow key points to resonate with the audience. So pauses for impact. If you have shared some impactful message to the audience, give the pause in that area. If you have shared something very crucial, you need to stop there and see how the audience are reflecting to that point. Audience engagement. Ask questions and encourage interaction, foster a dynamic and responsive atmosphere. So only if you ask questions, it will be very interesting and interactive, and then if they give some fruitful feedback, you can take it and you can apply that for your next preparation. Handling the jitters, overcoming public speaking challenges. So people who are even really good at speaking, they are always afraid to be on that stage, because they have this kind of feeling that they'll never do it well on a stage or something. So in order to overcome all those things, or overcome a stage fright, you have to have some of these basic techniques and tips that will help you to overcome the stage fear in order to deliver a good public speaking speech. First, deep breathing. So to calm your nerves and everything, you can try this deep breathing technique, which is also diaphragmatic technique. So try taking a deep breaths and then releasing your breath. Visualize success. Even before you start, the thing that is holding you is that what happens if I make a mistake on the stage. So in order to avoid that thing, that thought on your head, you can visualize your success. So what if I make a speech very well, that the audience is satisfied and I have done a very good job. So instead of thinking in a pessimistic way, start thinking in an optimistic way and visualize your success. Connect with friendly faces, find supportive individuals in the crowd. So in order to have a positive vibe there, you should not just look at the people like they are some kind of aliens, they are there to judge us or something. Just think that they're all kind of individuals and they're also friendly. Your voice, your impact, key takeaways for oratory. So plan rigorously, structure your content effectively. Only you can deliver a content well if you've prepared it already. So prepare a content rigorously. It should be very thorough in preparation. Practice diligently. Refine your content consistently. So only practice makes a man perfect. We all know that. So refine your delivery consistently. Before you come to the stage, rehearse it regularly. Connect authentically. Engage with your audience genuinely. So try to engage with your audience genuinely. Don't just use some kind of approach just because someone else have used it. So try to connect with your audience with your own ideas, strategies, tips. So authenticity and genuinity matters. Grow continuously. Seek feedback for ongoing improvement. So as I mentioned earlier, only feedbacks will make you as a person to grow to a next level. So always try to get positive or a constructive criticism from the people. Don't just take it as some kind of a negative thing that they are giving. So when you're doing a speech or when you're giving something to the audience, you should always anticipate, or you should always think that people will throw different questions at you. So you should be planned, you should have planned it earlier to answer all the questions. Thank you all.